Hey guys, my name is Alexis Vogler. I am the graduate assistant for the Office of Career and Academic Advising. However, I am graduating in summer of 2020, so I just wanted to do a short little video about social media and professionalism since I'm not able to do it in person for you guys. So let's kind of move on and talk about professionals and professionalism. So if we looked at a definition of professionalism, it states professional character, spirit, and methods, the standing practice or methods of a professional. So professionalism means the practice of a professional. What is a professional though? So, if we looked at that definition, it is stated as an expert, a highly skilled, trained individual with specific training or education. So, no matter what profession you would go into as a psych major, you would obviously have certain ethics or standards that you would have to abide by. And depending on your profession, they might have different social media standards. So let's backtrack a little bit. What are ethics? Ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. So ethics around social media would be what is the behavior that you should be portraying on social media. So I'm going to give you guys an example. Right here I have listed the social media section of our ethics for the American Counseling Association. I am in the counseling program here at YSU, and this is the standards that we have to abide by as a counselor. So the only thing that it really tells us is that we need to take precautions about disclosing like confidential information through public social media, and that social media is always a part of like informed consent. So there's always should be some sort of explanation to clients about informed consent procedures if you were to use social media as a platform for professional use. So it really just kind of depends on your profession, but as you can see here, everything is it's a gray area. So it's not telling you do's or don'ts of social medias in regards of counseling or a counselor. So it's kind of at your own discretion. Now, if we look at other professions in the field of psychology, there's so many directions that you could take. You could go into teaching and become an instructor, or you could go and try and get your PhD or PsyD, but that's going to involve research, and maybe research is the direction that you want to go with your degree. Or you could be like me and go into counseling. But really, it just all depends. And with each profession, your standards and ethics might look different. So just kind of researching that before, obviously, you would do anything on social media is probably the best way to go. So if we talk about what these look like here. So I have a screenshot of my personal social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of the major forms of social media. I probably have it, but I'm just going to use Facebook as an example because it's the most popular. So if you look at my personal Facebook here, I have a picture of my boyfriend, a personal picture of myself. We have my information over here. We have like funny things that I'm tagged in with like chickens and whatever. But I could also post things about my family. All of this stuff is personal information to me. So it's very important that when you become a professional, especially maybe a counselor, because you may put in your job that you are a counselor, you don't want people, asking for your advice all the time. The best policy would probably be to change your settings and make it so your profile isn't public on your personal social media platform. So again, I'm going to use the example of Facebook. How do we change our settings here? So if we go into our profile on the computer, we would click this little doodad here, go to our settings, and then we would move over to the privacy section. and this is where we would edit. So who can see your future posts? I have it set to friends, so that means that it's private only to people who are friends with me. If you were public, it would more than likely say everyone here. Okay, so that's how you would change it on Facebook. Instagram is, you know, a little different, but same idea. You're going to change it through your settings, says how you would change your status there. Okay, so let's move on to professional social media accounts. So I'm using this one right here as LinkedIn. A good thing about here is that you can upload your resume, obviously, and you can put in your resume information, but I'll get to that later. So as you can see, I don't have any pictures of my boyfriend. I don't have anything about my family. I have more of like a professional picture here. You can see my face a little bit, and you know, I'm sure there's probably better professional pictures that I could have chosen, but that's what I have right now. It has my academic information, and all that. Another thing is that you can list things that you would have on your resume. So this is kind of the past information that I had from, you know, in my past. This is obviously updated now, but this is information that you can put on your profile for employers to view. Another professional profile is a platform called Handshake, and we use this in the Office of Career and Academic Advising a lot. It's similar to LinkedIn. The difference is that the employers actually know that you are from YSU, and they're kind of like seeking the fact that you are like a YSU alumni or that you are a YSU student, okay? But same idea. So you have your kind of about section, professional picture if you have one, and then information about your academics. Okay, you can upload your resume, and this is actually where you would change your privacy settings on Handshake. So it's down by your personal information. You would click this little pencil looking doodad and you would change that information there. So I have actually mine not on public because I don't want employers to kind of look at my profile just yet because I'm not completely graduated. So after I graduate and I'm seeking a job or a position, I would actually change that information. Okay, I hope this kind of helps you guys understand the difference between professional and personal. The stuff that you would put on your professional and personal, you know, would be different. And I hope this made you guys see, you know, your settings, private settings to like public settings. Depending on your profession, your ethics may look different. For counseling, it is sort of a gray area. Like I said, if you put in your job description that you're a counselor, you'll probably get a lot of people asking for advice, even though that's not really what we do in counseling. That's kind of just the stigma of counselors. So just researching what you should do, asking other professionals, always consulting. I know there's tons of stories of people who have lost their job from what they have posted on the internet or on social media, and I'm sure Carla Matusi is there and she will give you some stories, and Dr. Stringer as well. So I hope this helps you guys, and I'll see you next time.